There are moments in history when an artist doesn't just write a song, he opens a wound, when truth stops being an idea and starts bleeding through the surface of culture. Recently, one voice from Israel dared to do exactly that. His name is Roy Kornblum. The song is called Hey Jew, and what he did is more than music. It's prophecy disguised as art, a cry that pierces through the noise, not to provoke hate, but to expose it. Listen closely.
Hey Jew, they hate you. No matter what you say, no matter what you'll do, they'll hate it and dress it up as something sophisticated. They'll call it war crimes or Palestine or the IDF. They'll say that we control the banks and the US government. We turn Christian babies into matzah bread.
My name is the Prophet 33, and I bring you the Word of God. The reason I wear a mask is because I am persecuted in my country for my faith. This mask protects my life. Let's continue. What you just heard isn't a protest. It's a revelation. The world dresses hatred in 1,000 different costumes. Politics, morality, justice. But beneath every layer of reason, it's the same ancient voice. The same whisper that's been echoing since Eden. Blame the chosen. It always finds new words, new excuses. But the melody never changes. And what this artist did was to strip the music down until all that's left is the raw truth. That hate doesn't begin with reason. It begins with fear. Fear of truth. Fear of the light that exposes the darkness. That's why this song feels spiritual. Because it isn't really about politics. It's about the war between illusion and revelation. The same war humanity's been fighting since the beginning.
They'll make those lies sound like facts when in fact, they just hate you. Ever noticed? No slur for Jews, no N-word, no F-word, and there's a curse for every group. But for us, it's just Jew. Say it with the right tone, and it's a curse. Here, I'll show you in this verse. Hey Jew. Hey Jew. You see?
Words are powerful things. In the beginning, the universe itself was spoken into being, let there be light. So it's no surprise that darkness also tries to create with words, twisting them, corrupting them. That's why hate never needed a new vocabulary. It just needed a new tone. You can take the simplest word, and with the wrong spirit behind it, it becomes a weapon. And when the word Jew can sound like a curse, it's not the word that's cursed, it's the heart that speaks it. That's what this verse exposes. How language itself can carry the echo of an ancient war between those who speak life and those who speak death. Every generation chooses which side of that war it's on, not with armies but with words.
The hate can go from the river to the sea, even though there was never any Palestine in between. Then it would create a justification for glorifying a nation that would kill without hesitation if you're gay, lesbian, or just a man who looked at the Quran with the wrong facial expression.
That's the madness of a world that worships outrage more than truth. When hate takes the throne, morality becomes selective, and people start defending the very darkness they once feared. They'll condemn one nation for existing, while excusing another for killing. They'll call it justice, but it's only vengeance wearing a halo. This isn't about geography. It's about blindness, the kind that calls evil good and good evil, the kind that no longer sees people, only symbols. And when that blindness spreads, the world forgets that righteousness without truth is just another religion of hate.
Now, for the sake of argument, let's say Israel does commit genocide and occupation. Show me another place where citizens are blamed for their government's action. Russia invades Ukraine, but no one hates Russians. Everybody knows Putin's to blame. Iran executes women for not covering their hair. No one hates Iranians. The truth is, most don't even care. And Turkey? They committed genocide de facto. Did the world give them a hard time? No, they gave them a seat in NATO.
The double standards of this world aren't accidents. They're reflections. Mirrors showing what humanity chooses to see and what it chooses to ignore. Every nation sins, yet only one becomes the symbol of sin itself. Why? Because truth has always carried a face that the world can't bear to look at. Justice isn't blind anymore. It's selective. It points its finger where it's popular to accuse and closes its eyes where it's costly to care. That's how you know the spirit behind it isn't righteousness, it's resentment. And resentment is just hatred in a robe of virtue. The world doesn't need more slogans. It needs eyes that can still tell the difference between justice and jealousy.
So it's not genocides they care about. It's not the women or the children. They don't want to mourn the victims. They just want to hunt the villain. And in the court of world opinion, Jews are always guilty. And strangely enough, the judge is never Jewish. The human mind is a brilliant thing. When it feels hate, it builds a story to it. Then it tricks itself that the story came first. But no, first comes hate.
I want to take a moment to thank everyone who has already become a channel member through YouTube memberships. Your support truly helps me continue creating this content and building a spiritually meaningful community. If you feel connected and would like to support the vision, you can join by clicking the link in the description. It's simple, secure, and handled directly by YouTube. Thank you for being part of this journey. That's it. That's the secret the world refuses to face. Hate always comes first. Truth is only the excuse that follows. The story is written after the emotion, to justify the darkness we already chose. And the greater the hatred, the more elaborate the story must become. Humanity loves to hunt a villain, because villains make us feel righteous. But the moment we need an enemy to feel pure, we've already joined the same darkness we claim to oppose. That's why the court of world opinion never finds peace, because its judge isn't truth, it's emotion. And emotion has no mercy. Until the heart itself is healed, the world will keep rewriting the same story. Different names, same hatred, same blindness.
But wait, what is hate? It's only fear, wearing armor. And when fear meets lack of self-awareness, it points outwards. That's how fear turns to hate and hate turns to ideology. Soon they'll hand out an anti-Semitism college degree, and they'll probably call it human rights. Now who am I to argue with that? Just a Jew.
Fear is the oldest religion in the world. It builds temples out of ideologies and calls its altars justice. It preaches with conviction, but its God is insecurity. That's how hatred disguises itself. Not as evil, but as enlightenment. And when fear loses self-awareness, it seeks control. It wraps itself in banners, movements, slogans, anything to look noble while hiding the emptiness inside. That's how fear turns to hate, and hate turns to doctrine. And yes, one day they might hand out a degree in anti-Semitism and call it human rights, because that's what happens when truth is replaced with virtue signaling, when the world starts worshiping empathy more than honesty.
And so are you. And we are supposed to be all a goyim, a light. But I guess electricity ain't cheap, cause all we've been doing so far is hide. We hide our religion, our tradition. We tuck our Star of David necklaces inside our t-shirts, and that's how they win. They made every Jew have a little anti-Semite within. We gotta pull him out. We gotta say I'm a Jew, and we gotta say it out loud. Be proud of who you are. In every country, every city, every street, every person you meet, let them know you're Jewish and you don't give a shit if they hate you. Cause hey Jew, we love you. And that's all that matters.
That's the paradox of history. Every empire that tried to erase them ended up writing their story. Every hand that struck them only carved their name deeper into time. Pharaoh tried. Rome tried. Babylon tried. And yet, they remain. Because there's a law written not by men but by heaven itself. The more they were afflicted, the more they multiplied and the more they spread. You can't curse what God has chosen to preserve. You can't bury a people whose very survival is prophecy. So yes, they hide, sometimes, but only until the fire beneath the ashes reignites. And when it does, the world remembers what light really looks like. That's why hate will never win. Because hate creates pressure, and pressure births diamonds. That's how it's always been. Every time the world turns against them, the light within them burns brighter. Maybe that's the real message of this song. You can't silence what was never meant to die if you've made it this far. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey with me. Now I invite you to check out this recommended video right here. And if you're hungry for more eye-opening content, hit the subscribe button and let's keep learning together.